Okay, so here's a good question sent to me through the email. I'm going to do my best to answer it. I think a lot of this answer is going to be conjecture, though, because I think that this answer would differ from person to person on a case-by-case basis. But I'm going to take a really broad stroke at it, and you can take it with a grain of salt. The question is, why do atheists convert? You know, you hear stories all the time. I used to be an atheist, and now I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Buddhist. Why do atheists convert to religion if they are these rational, logical people? I think part of the problem with this question is that you make a lot of assumptions about atheists. Atheists, and I've said this a million times, but I think I'm going to keep saying it because I think there's a lot of people that don't understand this. Atheists are simply people that do not believe in deities, period. That's it. You can't assume anything beyond that about an atheist. For example, I have recently been accused of being an atheist that speaks a lot through emotion and not necessarily through logic. I've been accused of having a lot of emotional content in my videos and a lot of pow, in your face, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, but not a whole lot of substance. So you would think, me being an atheist, using that stereotype, that I would be an incredibly soft-spoken, logical, critical thinker. But in fact, I'm not. Apparently, I'm not. Apparently, I'm a horribly irrational, horribly emotional person. So there you go. So I think that assumption about atheists is wrong. And secondly, and I'll speak to this, I've stated in previous videos that I'm an ex-theist. I was raised in a Christian household, not a fundamentalist Christian household, but a Christian household nonetheless. And Christian mythology is woven throughout, my moral fabric. It's woven into my upbringing. So I'm an ex-theist, and speaking about what I know about theism, about Christianity in particular, is that it's a very seductive idea. It's incredibly seductive, an incredibly comforting idea. This idea that there is this all-knowing, loving, super powerful father figure, floating around out there somewhere, watching us and intensely loving us and wanting to see us happy and wanting to give us the things that we need. That's an incredibly seductive thing. And as a person who's been through really traumatic experiences in my life, I never was extraordinarily religious, even when I would have called myself a Christian had you asked me. I was never a religious person in the sense that I went to church, that I congregated with other really religious people, that it was a really big part of my life, that I prayed regularly. None of that was me. But I'll tell you when I was at my most religious. I was always at my most religious when my life got incredibly hard. When I needed some sort of comfort that I couldn't gain, or maybe I couldn't gain enough to satisfy myself from my friends or family. This idea that there was a God out there that cared about me, that loved me, that wanted to help me, that I could pray to, and he would send some sort of a help to me or some sort of an answer to the question I was asking. It's an incredibly seductive idea. And I could see even a rational person have something horribly traumatic happen to them and be drawn into that. I could see that happening. So this idea that atheists, and maybe some atheists try to present themselves in this way, and maybe that's a problem that we as atheists need to clean our own house with. Maybe atheists try to present themselves as people that are above having a lapse in critical thinking, having a lapse in rational thought. I've done things in my life, even since I've admitted to myself that I'm an atheist, that are completely based on emotion, completely irrational. I don't think them through. Fighting with my girlfriend, I'll yell, I'll say something that I haven't thought through, that, later on I think, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. That was a bad move. I'm not an infallible, super fucking rational person. I'm a human. I have emotions, and I can still, even though now I'm far from theism, even though now I take comfort in atheism. I take comfort in the idea of atheism. I take comfort in the idea that this one life is all that we get. This one chance, and we're incredibly lucky because the chance that we are here. I mean, it's an astronomically low chance that you came into being, and this one life is all that you get, and so you better live it. I take extraordinarily an extraordinary amount of comfort in that. Much more comfort than I ever remember taking from, switching my theism back on and listening to televangelist tapes in my bedroom while I went to sleep, or watching televangelists on the TV, or praying really hard with my eyes closed, or really, really trying to believe. I take much more comfort in that. But I still need that comfort. And maybe there are people out there that are atheists that have never really believed that come across something in their life when they need that comfort. That's my best answer to you. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I think that this is probably going to vary from person to person. I think you ask any number of people that used to be atheists that are now Christians, and you're going to get a different answer from each of them. So anyway, it's a really good question, though. I thank you for sending me the video and giving me the opportunity to respond. And I'll talk to everybody else later.